Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Chat and More, and if you're here for the very first time, welcome. My name is Richard, and today I want to talk about Blu-ray. More so the transition from VHS. Actually, we can skip VHS for now, even though I'm a big VHS fan. Well, at least used to be. No, I still am. I don't own the VHS player anymore, but moving on. Yeah, the transition from DVD to Blu-ray. Certain films you may have on DVD, and you may be thinking to yourself, maybe I should upgrade. Maybe I should upgrade to Blu-ray. Well, I've done that with certain films. I've been bitten, I've been stung. However, sometimes I've won. Yeah, I had that in the bank. Yep. Anyway, guys, the first film I want to talk about, the first film I ever purchased on Blu-ray, I never owned on DVD. We had a very old copy of Bloody Birthday. Can you see that? Yeah? See that? The nightmare begins with the kids next door. Indeed it does. 1980. Bloody Birthday. The year I was born. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, this was the first Blu-ray DVD, if you will, that I purchased. And if you look at the inside, there's a... Who's that? Who cares? Toxic Avenger was that? I don't care. This is the Blu-ray edition of Bloody Birthday, and like I say, I had never seen the DVD. And when I first watched the Blu-ray edition, I wasn't impressed. Not at all. I was, what's all the fuss about? You know, I mean, the picture was kind of out. The colors were not right. Everybody seemed to be moving too fast. It was a bad transition, in my opinion. However, I have since learnt that a few minor adjustments to my TV set can sort those problems out, which I did. Auto correction on the Panasonic TV I am fortunate enough to own. Excuse me. Yeah, so once I sorted those problems out, and everyone in the movie was moving instead of in fast, you know, in a very fast manner, they were walking at their normal pace, and everything seemed normal apart from the picture still. The picture I was not impressed by. It looked wrong. So I thought to myself, is every kind of movie like this, is every old school horror movie going to have the same problem? Well, I found out. So let's just put Bloody Birthday away for a second. I found out. And the way I found out, ladies and gentlemen, is through this one. Now, I've shown you this Blu-ray before. You probably already own it. You may not. I don't know. You tell me down below. Comment down below. You may have Bloody Birthday. You may love the transition. You may love the picture. You may love the sound. The sound is good on Bloody Birthday, I must admit. However, this one, I know it's here somewhere. Please bear with me. Yeah. Halloween. John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween. If you're familiar with my channel, I say no more. I've got a tickle in my throat. Bear with me. Thank you. This. Now, I do have over here, bear with me, I have various copies of this movie. I used to have the VHS, and let's face it, the VHS was always crap. Donald Pleasance, I can never understand, well, really a word he was saying. Great actor, great performance, Sam Loomis, brilliant. But the VHS was always scratchy, was it not, of Halloween? I mean, we all used to buy various copies thinking this one may be better, and it never was. This one was. And the special features, excuse me, the screen just went dark and it put me off just a second. The special features, this is the Halloween, the definitive edition of the horror classic. Includes the documentary, it's really bad. Includes the documentary 25 Years of Terror. Now, this has 4 discs, and one of the discs has the original Halloween movie on it, okay? The original 1978 classic. There is another copy I have on DVD, not Blu-ray, which has the TV version, the extended TV version. Extended for reasons that you already know, so I'm not going to go into it. However, this one, Bloody Birthday, upside down, my apologies, Halloween 1978, the Blu-ray. If you have the opportunity, if you have the means, if you're a Halloween fan, yeah, you gotta get Halloween 1978 on Blu-ray. The sound, the picture, the special features, okay, could be better. We have an extra long 60-minute feature with Jamie Lee Curtis that may interest you. It interested me. When I watched it, I wasn't overly impressed. But what I was impressed with was the Blu-ray version of the film itself. I'm determined to find it again. Where did I put it? You're watching me. Where did I put it? Is it behind me? Well, you know the film I'm talking about. Oh, there it is. Halloween. Now, open up the Blu-ray. There's the artwork for the Blu-ray disc itself. As you can see, it's the shape. See it? Not overly impressive. But at the end of the day, who cares? Now, saying that, I'm a big fan of hard copies, you know. I know people download, and if you do that and you're happy to have a copy of Halloween on a USB stick or whatever, that probably sounds caveman-ish these days, but this is the real deal. This Blu-ray, Halloween 1978. I can't stress enough the transition from DVD to Blu-ray in this movie. It's out of this world. Out of this world. A scratchy throat. I did try and do a YouTube video yesterday. However, the phone kept on ringing and I tried to make a joke out of it. I tried to make it funny, but it wasn't funny. It was just annoying, okay? It would have annoyed you too. Now, talking about Halloween, talking about the transition from DVD to Blu-ray, okay? I want to stick with Halloween just for a second. Big surprise, yeah? I want to stick with Halloween because this is something I've talked about. I do believe I have mentioned this Blu-ray in a previous video, but for the purposes of this video, I have to mention it again. Halloween 2. 1981. Not Rob Zombie's piece of crap from 2009. The original, Halloween 2. This is the one that, including Halloween 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the others, this now, according to the new timeline, doesn't exist. Of course, we all know now, Halloween 2018 will carry on from the end of this one. But guys, if you're thinking what I was thinking, okay, and I looked at this on, I think it was eBay. It's brand new, by the way. It's not used or anything. It's a Canadian release. And I was wary as to whether or not it would play on British PS3. That's what I watch my Blu-rays on, PlayStation 3. It plays fine. Not only does it play fine, I'm telling you guys, this version of Halloween 2, if you have the means, even more so in a way than the 1978 original, you got to get this. You've got to get this. Sorry, the sun was trying to screw up my video there. Again, the sound. Oh my God, the sound. You've never heard Halloween 2 so clearly. You may be happy with the DVD version, and I was, but let's face it, the picture's still very grainy. The sound is a little bit out. I don't mean when their lips are moving, the sound is out. I don't mean that, no. The sound is just not great on the DVD. But on this, baby, it's fantastic. 1080p, as we all know, doesn't always mean 1080p. It doesn't. I mean, that's what they tell us, but depending on what kind of TV you have, or what kind of Blu-ray player you have, maybe it differs. But this Halloween 2 is as close to 1080p as it says on the back of the DVD, or the Blu-ray, I should say, as you're gonna get. Unless they really, well, yeah, I mean, one day there's bound to be a 4K version of this movie, but for me, that's all I need. The Blu-ray version of Halloween 2. It's a Canadian release. Guys, this is worth the money. The transition from DVD to Blu-ray with this movie, out of this world. Out of this world. However, going back to the way some DVDs, movies, and the transition to Blu-ray don't always pay off. But we take the chance because we love the movie and we want to see the movie in the best quality we possibly can, right? Here's one where I got stung. Scream. The trilogy. Not going to talk about Scream 4. I'm not a big fan of Scream 4. I am warming to Scream 4. I saw the fourth Scream movie at the cinema, and I wasn't impressed then. It's growing on me. But to me, at the moment, the Scream trilogy, 1, 2, 3, is the Scream series. However, the transition from DVD, well, an attractive face. The transition from DVD to Blu-ray isn't great. So, if you're a big fan of these movies, I mean, as you can see, they're all here. Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3. If you're a fan of the series and you want to try, by all means do. You know, that cost me, I think, £20. Something around the £20, maybe $18.99, something like that. But if you have the DVD trilogy already and you're happy with that, then my advice would be stay happy with that, okay? And until one day, they may have already done it. I don't know. I'm not really into 4K and all that crap. But if you are, excuse the last statement. The Blu-ray version, Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, it's not really worth it in my humble opinion. If you have the DVD box set, keep the DVD box set because you won't find much better from what I've seen. I'm not talking about 4K. DVD to Blu-ray. Then you got new films. I mean, there's one over there that I was going to bring over. Creed. Creed, yeah? Of course, Creed 2 coming later this year. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. I hope. A new film like that, yeah, the Blu-ray is going to be good. It's always going to be better than the DVD. And I do have, well, not really a new film, and Creed is by far from new, but I do have this little baby. Tales of Halloween. Yeah, I'm kind of on a Halloween trail. I mean, guys, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I am. what a fan I am. I mean, look what I'm wearing. This film on Blu-ray, I haven't seen the DVD version, so I can't talk about the transition too much. However, I can imagine the DVD version of Tales of Halloween being far, far inferior to the Blu-ray in terms of, well, yeah, basically picture and sound, especially picture. Yeah, I mean, there are scenes in this film. If you if you if you don't know about this movie, give it a go. As you can see, it's an 18 certificate in the UK. 10 short horror stories, all set on Halloween night, and it's not in the same league as Trick or Treat. Remember? Have you seen Trick or Treat? That's a great film. That's a horror anthology as well, with 4 stories, I believe. Halloween classic, horror classic, modern day horror classic. It wasn't made that, I think it was made like 10 years ago. Trick or Treat. Not Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat. Yeah. This one, the way I describe this movie, okay? Despite the quality, the unbelievable quality of the picture and the sound, I call this movie a fairy tale that should never have been made. It's surreal. It's disturbing sometimes. It's crazy. It's funny. It's the kind of film that's hard to watch when I'm sober. Yeah, you know, it's just that way. If you haven't seen Tales of Halloween and you're into that time of year, if you're into Halloween and you're a Halloween fan, and you love October and you love the event of Halloween, it's always worth checking out. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. Me, having said that, I don't love or hate it. I just find it much, much more entertaining when I've had a few, you know? I find it hard to watch when I'm sober because it's so crazy. I don't want to give too much away. I know my videos have spoiler alerts, but with this one, give it a go. Tales of Halloween. And watch the Blu-ray version if you can, because picture, sound, special features. Well, I've never really looked into them. I've never really gone into the special features of this movie. But I can imagine they're pretty entertaining. So it's that part of the video when my throat is getting really dry. Do excuse me, guys. Okay. Now, there's another movie I had on VHS when I was a kid. And the DVD, special edition DVD, I haven't got that one with me. But this one on Blu-ray, I have. Now, guys, Jaws. The Steven Spielberg classic. 1975. Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw. It's a great movie. No matter how you watch this movie, it's always going to be great. I remember when this film, I was just a kid. When this film was on TV, and we had the old aerials, and the picture was always a bit funny. It was always better in one room in the house than it was all the others. That's the way I remember it. If I tried to watch TV with an indoor aerial in my bedroom, the picture was always crap. But this film was always worth it. On Blu-ray, I can't even begin to describe. The way it looks, the way it sounds. I know I keep repeating myself when it comes to that, but guys, this is... It's like it could have been made yesterday. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating, guys. this film, the version, this Blu-ray version, not really much to see on the back, but the Blu-ray version of Jaws, if you got the means, buy it, guys, please. I mean, you won't see, apart from 4K, and like I say, I'm not really bothered about that, but Jaws, the Blu-ray version, out of this world. It looks like it could have been made yesterday, just like Halloween 1978. Halloween 2 1981, out of this world too, but not quite as good as Halloween Blu-ray, and not quite as good as Jaws Blu-ray. But like I said, Halloween 2 VHS, Halloween 2 DVD, for me, have always been terrible quality. But if you're happy with that, that's fine. But if you have the means and you want to experience Halloween 2 in the best way you can, then I suggest, if you can, buy the Blu-ray version. It's worth it, guys. Now, not many left, okay? We're talking about DVD, Blu-ray transitions, okay? Now, let's talk about these movies. Oh, I went out of frame. Went out of frame like it's for the first time. I said that, yeah? Rocky. Yeah. Well, if you're very familiar with my channel and you've seen a video called something like my top 10 party guests or something like that, you know Stallone, Sylvester Stallone, would be my first invite. These movies are what can I say that hasn't already been said? Apart from one thing, I quite like Rocky 5. Okay, I know most people don't, but comment down below and let me know what you think of Rocky 5. I'm not really here today. I mean, I will be doing a movie, I wish. I will be doing a YouTube video about these films. But today, that's not what it's about. I want to talk about like I say, the transition and what you can expect. Now, your expectation levels may be higher than mine, they may be lower than mine, they may be the same as mine. I have no way of telling that, okay? Well, there is one way. Comment down below. That's getting annoying, but I'm going to carry on saying, yeah. Well, Rocky, the original Rocky movie, the Blu-ray version is very, very, very good. And it's a lot better than any DVD version I've seen. And there's been a couple. There's been a couple of versions on DVD. There was a special anniversary edition, which coincided with the release of the cinema release of Rocky Balboa, Rocky 6. And the picture was good, and the sound was good, and everything was improved. However, let me find the actual one I'm talking about. I mean, I know you know, but there it is, Rocky, the original. You can't go wrong. Everything about the Blu-ray version of this movie, including the special features this time. This time I know what I'm talking about. You can't go wrong. If you have the DVD box set, and you're happy with the DVD box set of the Rocky collection, 1 to 6, then by all means, by all means, because to be honest, apart from Rocky and Rocky Balboa, the other ones are not that much, in my humble opinion, an improvement. Just slip these DVDs, or Blu-rays I should say, back into the case, and let's do my best to damage the case while I'm at it. No, I'm kidding. Rocky 2, yeah, there's an improvement from DVD to Blu-ray. Rocky 3 is just as bad as it's always been. It's a great film. It's one of my favorites in the series. However, the picture's still very grainy. The sound isn't great. Well, the sound isn't bad, but the picture, the Rocky 3 Blu-ray picture isn't much of an improvement on the DVD version. That's all I'm saying. So if you have the Rocky collection on DVD, then I don't see the point in buying the Blu-ray versions. Unless you're like me and you're a massive Rocky fan. And I will say, if you're a Scream fan and a Rocky fan, and you have both collections, yeah, on DVD, and you're standing in a store, or wow, how caveman. I still do it, okay? Do you still shop in stores? I know I do. Let me know. Anyway, if you're standing there with the Rocky collection on Blu-ray in one hand, the Scream collection on Blu-ray in the other hand, my advice to you would be buy the Rocky one. Because with Scream, the trilogy, like I say, the improvement is, there isn't really much of an improvement at all. But with Rocky 1, 2, 6, you know, like Rocky to Rocky Balboa, at least we get a fantastic version of the original film and a very, very good version of Rocky Balboa. Because let's face it, Rocky Balboa, what, 2006? So what's that, 12 years old? Yeah. So it's getting on, but it's still a new film compared to, you know, like Halloween or Jaws, which the transitions for those films are just incredible. So, just in case, you know, I don't know, just in case, you may be thinking, you may have the Rocky DVDs and the Scream DVDs and you want to upgrade. You got one choice, yeah? Let's pretend. You got one choice. My advice, get the Rocky collection on Blu-ray for 1 and 6 alone. Rocky and Rocky Balboa. Just a couple more now. Just a couple more DVDs and Blu-rays to go through and what I think about the transition. Now this House. Now, have you seen this film? Comment down below and let me know. House. 1986, I believe. Directed by Steve Miner, who directed Halloween. He directed Friday the 13th Part 2 and Friday the 13th Part 3. Steve Miner also directed the crocodile one. Lake Placid, yeah. Crocodile? Alligator? Let me know. I think they were crocodiles. Anyway, off topic again. Steve Miner, House. Now, as you can see, this doesn't have the traditional Blu-ray case. Open it up. But it does have, and what a lot of Blu-rays do have, and some DVDs as well, I believe. If you pop out the disc, is an option to have a different front cover, as you can see here. Put that a bit closer to the camera so you can see it. House. 80s classic comedy horror at its best. Yeah, I mean, again, I haven't seen this on DVD, but the Blu-ray version is the Blu-ray version is more than worth it, from what I can tell. Now, the reason I say that is because I have seen films as old as House. Better put the disc back in before I close it. Yeah, I have seen versions, well, DVD versions of horror films as old as this. Maybe a little bit older, like Bloody Birthday, which, like I say, it's okay, but the DVD version would have done me. If I could have purchased the DVD version of Bloody Birthday, I probably would have done. I could only find the Blu-ray. With House, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same kind of thing. But if you're a fan, if you know this film, and you love this film, my advice, again this time, would be to upgrade to the Blu-ray version. It's a classic. It's an absolute classic. It's funny, it's creepy, it's eerie, and it has George Wendt from Cheers, and you can't really go wrong with George Wendt, am I right? Not going to go into the plot detail too much. Well, not at all, really. Let me know what you think of House and whether or not you've seen it or want to see it. My advice, if you're a horror fan, especially if you're a fan of comedy horror, like The Burbs, the classic The Burbs with Tom Hanks. Yeah, I'm not comparing House with that. The Burbs is it's in my top 10 films of all time. Maybe my top 15. House doesn't make anywhere near that close, but it's a classic. I remember watching this when I was a kid. So, if you have the choice, DVD or Blu-ray, go for the DVD. But if you're a big fan of the film, and you remember owning this movie on VHS, then why not upgrade to the Blu-ray if you have the means? Why not? The picture is pretty good. It's more than pretty good. It's actually quite good, and the sound, of course, is good as well. You must have known it was coming. Halloween 4, my second favorite in the entire franchise. Sometimes I think, could it be my favorite, personal favorite? Probably not. But I love this movie. But the transition, that's what we're talking about today, guys, aren't we? The transition from DVD to Blu-ray. Halloween 4 is pretty damn good. It's not it's not Halloween standard. It's not Halloween 2 standard. But it's pretty good. I had to buy this. I'm a massive fan of this film. As you know, if you're familiar with my channel, I'm a Halloween guy. I mean, you know. But this one holds a special place in my heart for many reasons. And yeah, I had to have the Blu-ray version of this film. If you've already got the DVD and you're not a massive fan of the film like I am, keep the DVD. But if you love Halloween 4 like I do, if you're passionate about Halloween 4 as I am, my advice would be upgrade to the Blu-ray. It's not magnificent, but it's worth it. So, one box set left in this video, guys. One box set left. And this, The Hangover trilogy. Yeah. The DVDs, the quality is great. However, the Blu-ray versions of these movies, particularly Part 1 and Part 3, I'll go into that in a second. It's worth owning, guys. I am a hangover fanatic. I'm not a fan of hangovers, but who is? Well, you know, who knows? But these movies, to me, especially Part 1 and Part 3, I've seen them again and again and again. Especially Part 1. I've seen Part 1 more times than I want to comment. But guys, now I want to talk about Part 1 and Part 3 and the transition from DVD to Blu-ray. And why? What do we have here? There's one missing. What's going on here? Oh, look. Part 2. We're not going to be talking about part 2. Yeah, the picture's great, sounds great. Part 2, I think they dropped the ball on The Hangover Part 2. What do you think? You know what to do. I think Hangover 2 is good, but I don't think it's in the same league as the first one or the third one. But this one, The Hangover Extended Cut, which I don't always watch. I have done a couple of times, but the extended cut of The Hangover, you can see why certain scenes didn't make the final cinematic release, because they weren't needed. And some scenes were quite boring in the extended cut. I know this keeps on going out of frame, but I mean, okay, we'll put it out of frame altogether. I just said I love that movie, didn't I? It's fine. It's fine. They can take a lot. These Blu-rays can take a lot. Just don't put your fingers all over them and don't go scratching them up. But why would you do that? Yeah, I'll still have the slipcase. Yeah, see, guys, if you're a Hangover fan, these are worth owning on Blu-ray. These, especially 1 and 3. And now I'm finally going to get to my point that the scene near the beginning of The Hangover, where we see the flyover of Vegas. Wow. You can literally, almost literally, see the windows of each individual hotel, casino, every car on the road, on the drive-in. When the lights go down, it's dark in Vegas, and as everybody says, when daylight rises in Vegas, Vegas becomes very boring. I wouldn't know. I haven't been there. Have you? Let me know. Let me know if that's just an urban myth. It could be. I've heard Vegas is boring in the daytime, and I can believe it. Not just from what happens in The Hangover, but yeah, the Blu-ray transition is worth owning if you're a massive fan. And when I say massive fan, I mean obsessed, like I am. Okay? Yeah. Those kind of scenes. And again, in The Hangover Part 3, when they return to Vegas, again, the picture quality is just something that it can't be argued with. I mean, yeah, the DVDs are good. The films are great anyway. But for me, if you're obsessed with the Hangover movies like I am, especially Part 1 and Part 3, it's worth investing in the Blu-ray copies. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. I really do. This has been Movie Chat and More. My name's Richard, and I'll see you all again soon. And please, guys, comment down below and let me know of what you think of the movies I've been talking about today. And you may have the DVD versions or the Blu-ray versions, or maybe even the 4K versions, or whatever the hell that crap's called. Yeah, if you have, comment down below. Let me know. Let me know, guys, what you think of the movies I've been talking today. And if you have the DVD copies and you're happy, let me know. If you have the Blu-ray versions and you agree with me, especially when it comes to like Halloween 2. I mean, my God. Unbelievable. I'll end on this, yeah? Out of all the ones I spoke, all these DVDs I have, Blu-rays scattered around me, the one I would urge you to buy, if you have the means, is the Blu-ray version of Halloween 2. Not Rob Zombie's piece of garbage. Halloween 2, 1981. You have to see it to believe it. And you have to hear it to believe it. Thanks again, guys. See you all soon. Cheers.